Share screen. might refresh it.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Emeritus Professor John Hogg Memorial Lecture and the prize night for our final year medical students. My name is Paul D'Souza. I'm the Dean of Graduate Medicine. We invite you to join us in acknowledging the traditional custodians of the country wherever this event is being facilitated today, and to pay our respects to elders, past, present, and emerging. I'd like to introduce our guest speaker today, Professor Peter McLennan. Peter this month retires as the Professor of Physiology, Graduate Medicine, after 23 years at the University of Wollongong. His association with the medical program goes back to its origins. He was a foundational academic of the Graduate School of Medicine in 2006, essentially involved in curriculum development and accreditation, and has participated in selection and teaching of all 14 cohorts admitted to the school since 2007. Amongst numerous roles, he is best known to students as coordinator and lecturer in Phase 1, Cardiovascular and Respiratory Systems block. Peter has published more than 100 peer-reviewed original papers with over 3,000 citations of his work in physiology, cardiology, and nutrition. Over 35 years, his research identified anti-arrhythmic effects of fish oil and an essential role for omega-3 fatty acids in healthy cardiac and muscle function through translational research with application to nutritional prevention of heart failure and muscle fatigue, and support of physical activity into old age for living well longer. Peter.
Thank you, Paul. I'm pleased to know that as I lead the Graduate Medicine, that the school is in good hands of someone who cares, just like our foundation dean, John Hogg, and his successor, Liz Farmer. And just like them, you have an able and supportive team.
Can you hear anything? Hello?
You have an able and supportive team. And I'd just like to take a side note to welcome Lindy Hogg and family here today. I remember the first time that I had a chat with Paul last year. He asked me, as someone who's been around forever, to explain how we could possibly run and teach medicine in 4 short years. Well, look at you. We've done it again. That's 11 years running, and well done to all of you. I'd like to just take a quick run through, if I can get that. Yep. A quick run through some of the properties, major properties that contribute to our success. The first one is selection of around 80 individuals who can become a tight-knit group, supporting each other, and from the start, as they head off into the unknown, irrespective of the baggage that they're taking with them. And of course, you need some entertainers too. And of course, even the odd scary one gets through. But we need, importantly, enough adults to keep people on track and to maintain some decorum. And of course, no holidays. There's a small matter of 2 19-week long terms every year, plus exam periods with the odd reset. So there's not much time for resting in between. Within that period, we provide a modern, highly tailored learning materials and integrated learning across the disciplines so that we can link the relevant biochemistry, physiology, pathophysiology, epidemiology, lifestyle and learning, and link them all together and tie in anatomy at the same time, so that you're not trying to digest different disciplines in a different context as you go through the course. And of course, there's the clinical skills as well. And I know that it can be pretty scary. So just when you might be letting things slip and feeling lost and alone, we give you deja vu all over again and batter you with the spiral curriculum. The spiral curriculum has really come into great focus this year in particular. Who would have thought that, who amongst you would have thought that your very first week of year one in medical school, where you learned about Dr. John Snow and the origins of contact tracing in following up a cholera outbreak in 19th century London, would become so topical this year. John Snow used his contact tracing, and then we also learned about Semmelweis and his discovery of the importance of hand washing and hand washing with bleach, which is, of course, I need to remind you, not to be used in the way of this cartoon character. What have I done? Okay, so which brings me to mask wearing. Who would have thought that masks would be required by any other than a surgeon, and becoming widely spread use through the general public, and even become some fashion items beyond the streets and canals of Venice, even though Carnival had to be cancelled this year. And with COVID-19, what I've mentioned that we've had a lot of disruption this year, and COVID-19 brought somewhat of a joker to the pack that with cards that was 2020. As things spiraled nearly out of control, COVID-19 brought attention to ACE, to the ACE in the pack. And this is the ACE that you know as the angiotensin converting enzyme of the renin-angiotensin system. What we learned about this is that there's a second ACE, ACE2, which was discovered 20 years ago, but it was only through the development of COVID that it became something that needed to be known about. It's not in any textbooks, but it really has some serious relevance. So you all knew about ACE as the enzyme that produces angiotensin 2 and produces many detrimental effects through the body. What we've subsequently learned through the advent of COVID is that there's ACE2, which converts angiotensin 2 into a more benevolent compound and actually introduces the concept that there's a counterbalancing or counter-regulatory system with protective and detrimental effects. Now, this has become particularly relevant because the virus that drives COVID-19 actually binds to ACE2 to get into the body. And unfortunately, the binding of that takes ACE2 out of the membranes and into the cells of the body and takes away this protective counterbalancing mechanism. So this gives us widespread multi-organ virus access to throughout the body. And as you go forward into practicing medicine, it's likely that you're going to become aware of a term that's just coming into the literature now, known as long COVID, because there's evidence that there's widespread, long-lasting multi-organ damage throughout the body simply because of this widespread expression of the ACE2 protein. Did I mention the spiral curriculum? as you've progressed through the course, nobody's been untouched by the events of this year, and least of all, those of you who are finishing and about to go into practice. And sadly, many of you missed some exciting experiences through the year in your phase 4 electives, which couldn't be carried out offshore. Some of you might have been expecting to be sewing up machete wounds in the wilds of New Guinea. Others would have been delivering babies and perinatal care in Pacific Islands or similar places like Vanuatu. And others would have been expecting to learn exciting cutting-edge techniques in modern neurology and cardiology units in New York City, but that was not to be. So the alternative, of course, has been that some of you have had an opportunity to take a paid position in as assistants in medicine, PGY 0 minus 0.5, I guess. We're very proud of the work that you've done there and hope that that's going to leave you in good stead for progressing with the ability to hit the ground running into your internships in January. As we bid you farewell, I am reminded of a story a friend of mine told me many years ago. He used to tell me when he was growing Cabernet grapes in Coonawarra. At the time, he didn't have a winery, didn't make his own wine, so he sold the grapes to the biggest companies around like Penfolds and Wynns. And he used to say that he produced gold medal grapes, and so don't stuff them up and produce less than gold medal wine. So I firmly believe that you, as our new graduates, will go on to be gold medal doctors in whatever field you choose. We're proud of this medical school and proud of all of you. So I'll just finish with the immortal lines of the author Douglas Adams in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So long, and thanks for all the fish. And of course, it wouldn't be appropriate for me to finish without saying there's not enough time for questions.
Thank you very much, Peter. Next, we go to the presentation of prizes. And for those who are not familiar, our university prizes are awarded annually to the students by the University of Wollongong. These prizes are based on academic excellence. We'd like to sincerely thank all the individuals, organisations and donors who provide opportunities for our students and who continue to support the school, many of whom are online with us tonight. I too also would like to acknowledge the family of Professor John Hogg, and particularly Lindy, for their attendance tonight. We'd also like to thank the UOW Office of Advancement, staff, students and friends who have sourced donors for graduate medicine prizes and scholarships. The B. Brown Georgiou Prize for Excellence in Clinical Women's and Maternal Health. This prize is awarded to the student with the highest academic performance in the MEDI 993 Objective Structured Clinical Examination, or OSCE, for maternal and women's health questions. And the prize goes to Natasha Stoward. Congratulations, Natasha. Next is the Elizabeth A. Farmer Prize in Research and Critical Analysis. Professor Elizabeth Farmer was the Dean of the School of Graduate Medicine from 2008 to 2010. This prize is awarded to the student with the highest academic performance for student research project in MEDI 993. And the prize goes to Tollan Conway. Congratulations, Tollan. The Dr. Alan James Award for Excellence in Paediatrics is awarded to the student with the highest academic performance in MEDI 992 and MEDI 993 in the combined final mark for paediatric questions. This includes the final written papers and OSCE. And the prize goes to Georgia Henshaw. Congratulations, Georgia. The next prize is Academic Excellence in General Practice. This prize is awarded to the student with the highest academic performance in MEDI 993 in the combined final mark for general practice questions. This includes the final written papers and OSCE. And the prize goes to Stephen Morris. Congratulations, Stephen. The Arthur J. Farmer Prize for Excellence in Surgery goes to the student with the highest academic performance in MEDI 992 and MEDI 993 in the combined final mark for surgery questions. This includes the final written papers and OSCE. And the prize goes to Georgia Henshaw. Congratulations, Georgia. The Royal Australian New Zealand College of Psychiatry Award for Excellence in Psychiatry has been donated by the RANZCP and is awarded to the students with the highest academic performance in MEDI 992 and MEDI 993 in the combined final mark for mental health questions. And the prize goes to Georgina Healy. Congratulations, Georgina. The UOW Alumni Bookshop Award is awarded to the graduating student who performs best academically across the entire medical course as determined by the school. And the prize goes to Stephen Morris. Congratulations, Stephen. The Therapeutic Guidelines Limited Prize for Excellence in Medicine and Pharmacology and Therapeutics is awarded to the student with the highest academic performance in the final written papers for MEDI 992 and MEDI 993 in the combined final mark for questions in medicine and pharmacology or therapeutics. And the prize goes to Francesca Benefs. Congratulations, Francesca. The PRP Diagnostic Imaging Prize for Outstanding Academic Achievement. This prize is awarded to the graduating student who most consistently demonstrates academic excellence throughout the MD and is undertaking an internship in regional, rural, or remote Australia. And the prize goes to Stephen Morris. Congratulations, Stephen. Scholarships. We wish to thank tonight's sponsors and all of the organisations and government departments who have provided invaluable opportunities to the graduate medicine students. Scholarships are based on a wide range of criteria, including equity, rurality, and special interest. Tonight, I would also like to make a special mention and acknowledgement of the many sponsors who have established scholarships in the memory of others. We are very grateful. The Emeritus Professor John Hogg Memorial Scholarship honours the life and legacy of Dr. John Hogg, OAM, founding Dean of the University of Wollongong Graduate Medicine and a pillar of the Illawarra community. This scholarship recognises well-rounded students who have contributed significantly to the community and are able to demonstrate leadership in assisting others in need. And the prize goes to Tendai Miller. The scholarship goes to Tendai Miller. Congratulations, Tendai. The Dr. Sarah Lakshmi Lumba Commitment to Medicine Scholarship. Dr. Lumba was a dedicated and passionate general practitioner completing 40 years of service. The scholarship was established in 2013 to encourage and support the engagement of medical students and their contribution to general practice within Wollongong. And the recipient is Madison Boot. Congratulations, Madison. The Graduate Medicine Phase 4 Rural Placement Scholarship supports Phase 4 students who demonstrate a strong commitment to clinical placement in rural or remote Australia. And the recipients are Ram Chandra Kanal, Natasha Stoud, Warren Palicha, and Sarah Noonan. Congratulations to those students. The Graduate Medicine Phase 4 Scholarship in Clarence Valley is an opportunity for students in Phase 4 who would like to gain a better understanding and appreciation of rural medicine in Grafton and the Maclean area. And the recipients are Tollan Conway, Rebecca Bromwich, Fiona Gibbs, Joel Head, Jack Lyons, Alexander Mills, and Harriet Raleigh. Congratulations to all of you. I'd like to hand over to the president of WUMS, the Wollongong University Medical Society, Student Society. The president is Christy Arthur.
Before I begin on the presentation of these awards tonight, I'd just like to take a moment to recognise the monumental effort you, our Phase 4s, have put in over the last 12 months. As president of WUMS, I do try to speak for all students where I can, and I think it would be remiss if I didn't speak tonight without saying what an inspiring group of people we are farewelling from the medical school. We're so proud of your tireless work, and thank you for all your mentoring of our younger students, intentional or not. We've looked up to you for advice and try to model our practice based on yours, and we can't wait to see what you do next year and in the future. So congratulations. 2020 threw obstacles at us all, and the inspiring efforts of students and staff alike should not go unnoticed. The WUMS Academic and Clinician of the Year Awards are nominated for and voted by students who recognise the enormous efforts put in by academic and clinical staff throughout the year. We're extremely lucky to have so many amazing academics and clinicians guiding us through our journey at the UOW Graduate Medicine School. And although we would like to recognise them all, I'd like to tonight congratulate those that received the highest number of votes from our students. So without further ado, congratulations to Dr. Helen Reenitz and Jessica Neelan, who both received the WUMS Academic of the Year Award for 2020. Both Dr. Reenitz and Dr. Neelan have gone above and beyond for students this year in their own ways, whether it be during the transition to online teaching, in students' support, or miraculously reorganising the OSCEs for Phase 2 and Phase 3. Thank you to you both for all of your efforts. Our Clinician of the Year Award for 2020 went to Professor Wilfred Yeo, whose tireless efforts in the hospital environment and this year in transition to online learning for our Phase 2s continue to nurture our students from Phase 1 all the way to Phase 4. Thank you, Prof. Yeo, for your continued support in teaching our future doctors. I'd also like to take this time to acknowledge the new Dr. Madison Boot, one of this year's WUMS President Award recipients. This award recognises students' contribution to the medical school, and Madison has done just that over the last 4 years. Particularly in the last 12 months as our Phase 3 and Phase 4 rep, Maddie has been a strong voice of support and change for her year group, in a year full of hurdles for our final year students. She played a huge role in liaising with the GM and New South Wales Health during the development and implementation of the Assistance in Medicine scheme. And she's continued to work tirelessly all the way to the very end to give her cohort of students the final year experience they deserve. Your hard work is so appreciated, Maddie. So thank you and congratulations. So again, congratulations to the recipients of the Staff Awards, and again to our incredible Phase 4s. We wish you all the best in the next step in your medical journey.
Thank you very much, Christy. Next, we will be recognising the students who've completed the medical degree in 2020. I will read out the completing class names and invite them to turn their cameras on, but microphones are to remain on mute, please. Colton Abbott. Cara Atkinson. Beg your pardon. Hayley Emerson. Govinpal Singh Atwal. Clive Banks. Patrick Banney. Eli Beach. Lisa Belgrove. Francesca Bennetts. Luke Bergen. Matthew Bongadino. Madison Boot. Rebecca Brumage. Emma Brown. Jeremy Byrne. Ian Carey. Annie Cheng. Cece Chenlu. Matthew Clanfield. Tollan Conway. David Cosgrove. James Coman. Lydia Prague. Benjamin Crawford. Kofi Dua. James Dudas. Jack Elwood. Fiona Gibbs. Jay Glennon. Patrick Goff. Asti Goldus. Adam Han. Joel Head. Georgina Healy. Georgia Henshaw. Jessica Huang. Ramitashini Kamalathasan. Shivam Kapadia. Jeremy Kern. Ram Chandra Kanal. Masaki Kinoshita. Blake Lindsay. Alyssa Lorando. Jack Lyons. Nicholas Mabbott. Daniel Mackey. Joseph Marlton. Emma McGee. Matthew McInerney. Bridie Mckenzie. Tendai Miller. Alexander Mills. Sarah Mitchell. Stephen Morris. Philip Mullaney. Emily Nadolny, Carlos Nasiev, Have Nguyen, Hilary Nguyen, Sarah Noonan, Lewis Knott, Anu Ollie, Megan Pate, Warren Palicha, Justin Prendeville, Harriet Rowley, Neil Ray Chowdhury, Joseph Rizzuto, Colin Ryan, Amrita Samra, Brodie Sheehan, Manisha Sirawadney, Daniel Sloan, Sebastian Sprouts, Natasha Starr, Timothy Stuckey, Alicia Schlosky, Courtney Tiller, Sophie Todd, Billy Tran, Mitchell Tricky, Dina Vasilevska, Matthew Webb, Imogen Werner, Jim Weston, Keegan Curry, Felicity Wilson, Sky Wilton, Hennis Wong, and Sarah Ray. Congratulations, class of 2020. The Hippocratic Oath is an oath historically taken by doctors swearing to practice medicine ethically. Recent convention is to include the reading of the Declaration of Geneva, similar to the Hippocratic Oath. To ensure this historic and traditional value is upheld, graduate medicine includes the reading as part of tonight's proceedings. So in keeping with tradition, I would like to invite Dr. Colton Abbott, former WOMS president, to turn on his microphone on and lead us in the reading of the Declaration of Geneva. Students, please leave your video on and stand when reading the oath.
Thank you, Dean D'Souza. To my colleagues who are being admitted today to the degree of Doctor of Medicine, please stand and say with me. As a member of the medical profession, I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity. The health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and the dignity of my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not permit considerations of age, disease, or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me, even after the patient has died. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity and in accordance with good medical practice. I will foster the honor and noble traditions of the medical profession. I will give to my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and the gratitude that is their due. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of healthcare. I will tend to my own health, well-being, and abilities in order to provide care of the highest standard. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor.
Thank you, Colton. Thank you very much for attending this celebration of the final year students of 2020. It's been a long, hard 4 years, and I suspect you're quite happy to see the end of it. Congratulations to you all. It's a tremendous effort to study medicine within 4 years. And from all of us at Graduate Medicine, we wish you all the best. Peter didn't tell you, but his picture of the windspout means that you get sucked up in it and get delivered all over the world. So happy landing wherever you end up. And please keep in touch. And with that, I would like to close the presentation. Thank you.
Everyone, can I ask you just to stay on? I'd like to take some photos of you all looking at the camera. All the students, if you can have your cameras on, please, and I'll let you know once I've done taking the photos.
Yeah.
Can you turn off the screen share or does she do that?
I'm not sure.
Okay, thank you.